I poured out my complaints before, I showed before my troubles. When my soul was overwhelmed within me, then thou knewest my path, and the way wherein I walked, have they privately made a smear for me. The fool has never been told yet, the truth has never been spoken of. It's like I've never been told. Still I've never been homeless. Friends don't talk. I was never alone. What if I was hopeless? Would they really ignore me? What if I was broken or torment? Would I really bring more stress? What if I've never been so blessed? What would I really become? What would I really be like if I never had no friends? Would I still be near someone else? Is it really just like a hero if he died before anyone noticed? Am I really got chosen? Whoa, am I really that potent? Is it really my pride that my tears don't dry and the dust start showing no more? Am I really that broken? Whoa, am I really got chosen? That I really know. That I really, that I really know. That I really know. But who feels it knows it. Torturing emotions approaching, burning inside like a skin. But one thing for sure, I lost it. What if I had no strength? Would I tell me I love you again? What if I have nothing but myself? Would it have been said in the first place? Tell me how can you know who's real or fake when people pretend every day? Tell me who will be there for you in times when nobody can care. Is it really just like a hero if he died before anyone noticed? Have I really got chosen? Oh, am I really that potent? Is it really my pride that my tears don't dry and the just can't show them no more? Am I really that broken? Oh, am I really that chosen? That I really know. That I really know. That I really know. What do feels it knows it? Thoughts of an emotions approaching, burning inside of those skills. But one thing for sure, I lost it. I'm in the medical assist, sending me to a win. Legendary portfolio, me teleporting. Tell me what.
Big up everybody from the top of my list to the base of my list. It's your girl Tanya Black, and welcome to Rebel's Voice. And I don't know, this is the last episode of the season. Tonight in the virtual studio, we have one moment. Tonight in the virtual studio, we have no other than Big Roy of Sniper Sound. Now, Nikas is around here somewhere, and he can pop in at any time and join the live if he wished to. But Nikas is a working man as well, so he may or may not, chime in sometime. The tune that I was listening to just now is called Chosen, and that's by Ritical. Now, Ritical is definitely trending on YouTube. Anyways, he has about 3 songs right now that are in the million views. One of them is this song, Chosen, and next is King in a War, and I don't remember the next one that is that's in the millions, but We Okay is just coming in at 900,000 or something like that. So Ritical is definitely one to watch in dancehall right now. I know everybody are go mad about Shen Yang and our run song and everything like that. But I believe a lot of people have lost focus of what's really going on before the Shen Yang song dropped and before all the media frenzy and all the promos have gone out. Everybody seemed to be forgetting who was actually doing big things in a dancehall. We're gonna show what a lot of other people had to say. Well, Foota Hype, he's the viral king. He's also a part of sound system culture. So me, I gonna show or remind what Foota Hype had to say about the Shen Yang song. I think a lot of what he said kind of makes sense, but don't know from Foota go see alien and them things them weird out, so you have to, bring it in sometime. I'm going to show you what Foota Hype had to say about the Shenyang review.
The reason why we can speak on it is because she's representing our culture. See? So sometimes people say, Foota, you're too fast, you chat too much. I have to speak on things that are happening within my culture. That's what makes it up. I'm eligible for chat about it because I'm in our realm. Yes. I don't want to think we're a fighter, but we are trying to save you and save ourselves. And save we kids them will love you. Because a lot of kids love Shensia, especially females, like young girls, and she's beautiful, and them emulate her, and they want to look like her, and they want to dress like her. And you know what I mean? So when them put you in an image like that now and put it out there, then the young world is going to follow you and do these things. So notice how much star America give the world, you know, but never one from Jamaica yet, you know, not one. So me I said to myself, sir, this brother must be the new ambassador of Baphomet or something. Because I don't know you from nowhere, sir. Where you claim to fame now, brother? What are you? And then, remember, Shensia said, I him reach out. So my question is, every artist with this money and manager, heavyweight already, giant. We have billions of records to them name. Remember, Puffy own more than 50 artists. True. See? The whole of who must sign, sell multi-platinum, huge. And you pick out Shensia out of nowhere, so. Shensia is like the lightest weight artist that man you have from him rest. There ain't nobody in a hip-hop.
True.
And in we were talking about pretty. In other world where Shensia they know, Shensia is okay.
No, but in our dancehall, sir.
No, but we not talking about our dancehall. This man we
have go bigger than that now.
We done with dancehall. Shensia out of dancehall right now.
Okay.
If you don't realize it, you know. Shensia out of this, you know. The league where Shensia in and now, you know. The league where Shensia in and now, we have to stop. Think that's something about dancehall, you know.
True.
And that me I try.
That's what Foota Hype had to say about Shenyang and the demonic thing and all of these things. Foota Hype, me think you go a little bit too hard and you reach too far. First of all, you not go and like say other people not in a dance hall and do things. Spice is at 19 million and keep going. Right now, in respect to a month, 19 million and still going. There's other people out there who is putting in good work. This is not, to me, my opinion, this is not even a good song. Lighter in Raise the Lighter was a better song than this song. And you guys deliberately put in those demonic certain kind of things because you wanted to do that. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to send that image out to the young people them. You wanted to create a frenzy. I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that Spice is dropping her first album in over 13 years of being in the business. And Remish, you have a fixation, my opinion, on Spice. And this is your thing to do. You'll do anything to beat her and show us Shensia around things. But Shensia, you don't have no respect for reggae. When you know say things like Shensia is the forerunner for reggae or dancehall, I think it's a big disrespect because I don't see where she has done what a lot of other people have put into dancehall or put into reggae music for Una to just get up and just fling forerunner upon her like that. Like I just said, like critical in order to be the forerunner, you have to not just be better than the woman them, you have to be just as good or better than the man them. I'm gonna see where that is because right now critical have 3 songs in the millions. Vibes Cartel still a run dancehall. A few movement, Skilly Bang them a pull numbers that you can't even match right now. There's a lot of things going on in dancehall for Uno if you just jump up and say Shensia is the forerunner for dancehall. You guys have lost your bloody mind. And in my opinion have no respect for the genre, for even say that. My girl go put in some more work with there and we love you and we support you. And you don't know how we feel about the whole Obia situation there because Sis Spice did have to go repent for fear of Obia behavior and you run out power with demonic thing. I try to tell we say you're in at the elite. For try, who cares? You know, nobody don't care about that Illuminati crap and all of these things. Them things that it was so last year. We want to see real content. We want to see real thing. You can't just give us a video game format for your video and just say, are you run dancehall? No. A lot of people are going to come with one hit song that's going to sell 20 millions and 40 millions. Are we going to say that they run dancehall? Imagine Coffee just be the first reggae female artist out of Jamaica to go 100 million. And none of them say Coffee they run reggae or run dancehall, but you know, ready for fling it past Sensia. No, wanna take a chill pill. That now work. But this weekend in a sound clash in a Toronto, people will be moving on. Is how them are gonna manage, and that's this Saturday at July 24th. Sounds like Contracts, King Agony, Mellow Vibes, Star Kid. And I don't know. Make sure some no walk with on the phone wherever on go because that's gonna be an online event, and we want to make sure that everybody tune in. You see it? All right, big up yourself, Pandat. What else are going? I think I just lost my flyers, but I come back. Also this weekend, the Family and Friends Barbecue, Silver Bullet, that go on the Silver Bullet page. They're posting that up on IG as well. Car Clash is going on this weekend too. Me not miss Car Clash this weekend. That's the motive. Me not gonna try to miss that. So don't forget about that. Guerrilla Warfare, Turbulence, LMP. Gonna write that down. Sniper Sound, who is here tonight, will be opening for that early warm. I know say my favorite part of the dance, that early warm, because that's the only time me get to really dance and things. So me glad say Nikos I go be early warming because I know say Nikos I carry the swing, don't it? Yes. So I had a rough day, as you guys can see. And I don't have a whole lot of flyers for you guys because I didn't load them up. But I have to keep an event coming up all the way in January. But we want to not forget this in honor of my... Here comes the hot sniper. I'm the lyrical... That was modelers and flossers, and that's not all the way until January, but keep that in on mind, keep an outfit in on mind because you have to go dress sick for the party today. I think that's what it is. Seen? All right. So we have Sniper Sound, and with no further ado tonight, because tonight's the last night for this season's episode, I've actually recorded about 42 interviews. And it's summertime and everybody is like happy to be outside right now because we've been in Canada under lockdown for a period of time and the strict rules that we have to follow. We're Canadians, we actually do follow those rules, so they're giving us a break, at least for now. So everybody's outside. I'm going to go outside and see what's going on and then let you guys know from a different perspective. Rebel's Voice will be back in the fall to, keep up the energy and the vibes. You see, so tonight you get the real tea. This is what you see when you walk out a road and all of that. So with no further ado, yes, sir, we will be bringing Big Roy to talk to the massive them. Big Roy, walk on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh shit, wrong one. Jaja.
I can hear you.
That's what's up. Welcome to Rebel's Voice. I thank you for being the anchor. Basically, the last interview before we call it a season. So
Thanks
I
for
thank you
the
for passing
question.
through.
Yes,
So I'll go
it's all
sniper.
good.
What kind of role you play in this Canadian Sound Clash fraternity, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, I've been doing it from probably like 95, and I've been around quite a while, seen a lot of things, and seen a lot of song come and go, uh, seen a lot of problems and things being resolved. And, overall, it's been a long road, but I'm still here.
Of course, you're still here. What did you do while you're still active after so many years? After what, 25 years? How did you manage to stay active?
Um, a lot of the time is just was based on studio work from the early days, and I just I was just learning as well as doing studio work, learning about the business, um, meeting people, getting good connects, and I just put it all together in one box and just make it happen. That's all.
How did you
Um,
make it happen? How did you like did were you working at somebody's studio? Was there a studio that like all of you guys hung out and learned stuff from? What would be the name of that studio? Who were they?
um, be honest, I've never been to any studio in Canada. Never.
Really?
Yes, really.
So how did
Um,
you learn?
I started with my own studio, but um, before that, I had a studio I built in my basement, and basically, I was fortunate enough to know somebody who was related to a couple artists. Sanchez was one of them, so I got to record Sanchez in my basement, and I did some other recordings down there with people who aren't as known, but I got to kind of get my skill together before I decided to come to Toronto. So once I came to Toronto, then it was sort of like jumping in a beehive because the thing just got busy and I had to step up.
When you
Yeah.
said you had to step up, what did you have to do?
Um, well, going from voicing artists one, you know, one song here, one song there. Then when you have big artists coming in, like, it would be Caravana time or prior to that or stage show, they'll show up, and when I know they're coming, putting out a blast, there was no internet. So it was like telephone. I had to call all the sounds that I knew. And basically, the word would go around, and I'd have 20, 30 sounds at the studio. And then I'd have, like, say, one artist, like the artist that comes to mind that I never forget is Capleton. When Capleton came to the studio, Capleton, he must have voiced at least 40 songs. And it was hard work. So it wasn't like uh, you could just push things. You just had to have your things on cue and on point. And then once the job's done, those 40 songs are voiced. Then it's getting them to the customer, making sure they're happy, you know, that kind of stuff. It's
How did you
very
get
good.
your
But
studio built up? Because you said you came to Toronto. So where did you come from, and how did you like get a studio going as soon as you come? Did you get a studio going and just started doing work, or the man them just let you in and you just start some?
well, let me tell you something funny. I I planned everything out basically like I always do, and it was very rough. But once I found my way, I went to Eglinton. If you remember back in the days, that's where the first studio was. And Eglinton and Dufferin. And people always tease me about it because there's a McDonald's downstairs. Sure, I'm a big guy. They say, "Oh, Big Roy's always down there eating hamburger and blah blah blah." But anyway, that was where the old Montego Bay used to be, if you remember that club.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I managed to get a place upstairs, and no, I didn't know anybody in the city. The only person I knew was Rosa and Fabo and Red Flame. And uh, Fabo and them had a Vibes Entertainment, I believe, something like that, in that same building. So they gave me a reference to the, to the management. I went down there to see if I could get a place. Well, things weren't so hot and I couldn't get the place. And I'm walking around the building and I see this place called Dub World. So I said, Dub World? I go, oh, they must be already doing what I want to do. Right. So I knock on the door and see what's going on. And this dread answered the door. And we got to talking. And I told him I'm looking for some space. And maybe if he could help me out. So he basically asked me what I want to do. So I told him I had a dub cutter. And his eyes opened up like, you have a dub cutter? And I'm saying to myself, you have a place called Dub World and don't have no dub cutter? Sounds like we can do some business. So he told me to check him back the next day. And I did. And he showed me he had a little space in the back to work with. If I'm interested, I could do it for, $300 a month. So I had nothing else to lose. So I said, I don't have any money. I don't have any money to give you. All I have is God and a dream. So, yeah, so those days they're really trying. And I remember I set up the studio, like I set it up in my house and I got the dub cutter working and everything was good. So the next person that I met, which is a real stepping stone, was Black Melody. Fidel, if anybody knows him. And I made up a little business card and he was playing a lot of parties, like all over the place with military, Monday Night Muckies and that stuff. And you go out and hand out some of the business cards for the studio. So I'm sitting in the studio really kind of like, I'm a little bit upset and overwhelmed at the same time.
Why is that?
Well, I didn't know how to get the business. But so it's like about 3 weeks later, my phone rang because I managed to get a phone going. And I answered the phone and somebody goes, hello, is this Sniper Studio? I say, yeah. They go, do you cut dub plates? I said, yeah. And you voice artists? I said, yeah. At that time, I'd never voiced an artist yet, other than what I had in mind.
So false advertising.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I knew what I could do from what I did at home, but like coming into the city now, and they're bringing artists who are name brand. It was the first time, So the first sound that showed up was a sound named Eagle Force, Spider. He was the gentleman that called, and he came to the studio, and he came with two artists. And the artist was Bobby Crystal from back in the day, and Mega Banton. And I really didn't know really what they sing or whatever, because I used to be a funky youth. That was my thing, 2 turntables, mixer and thing. The only reason I wanted to have a studio and a dub cutter, I wanted to cut remixes for myself. But anyway, I got drawn into the reggae thing. So it went from one sound to two sounds to four sounds, then two sounds coming at one time. It just took off like really, really big. And the little space I had, I outgrew it in no time. And there was a church guy who was in the same building, um, and came and asked me what I was doing. And I said, I'm just doing studio stuff. He asked me if I could do some church stuff for him on a Sunday morning. So I said, yeah, and I recorded it for him. And I was telling him there's another place downstairs that used to be a bigger studio, but it was abandoned, but they left it done and all the work. So I said, I could get it, but I probably need like somebody to sign for it. So he goes, you know what? You look like you know what you're doing and whatever. And he gave me a hand. And I got the place downstairs, moved in, set everything up. After I think 2-3 months, I made enough money there to buy a second dub cutter. And I was just getting really busy. Like the amount of sounds in Toronto, I don't think people know. They know about what they hear now, or anybody who been in the business a while might know some of those sounds.
Give
But
me a few names of, throw some names out there that you think that nobody would know about, but they actually exist.
Well, I would say when you start talking about going to Red Flame days, when you Red Flame and who else now we got back then? We've got well, Barry Culture. He was active. He still is now. They're your family. But there were sounds like what's the guy's name again? You have. Hold on. Let me just check something here quick.
You actually have a write-up of people?
What's that?
You have a list of sounds that you cut for?
Well, yeah, I cut for them, but you talk about sounds that are around now that were around then, active. You can talk about King Agony, very, very serious sound. And you had, what's the one? Black Roots.
Everybody talks
That's
about
really
Black
going
Roots
back.
up here.
Yeah. And it's funny because Upsetter's there all the while. And I never really met him till the last
Really?
4 or 5 years. Yes, I'm being honest. I used to hear about this Upsetter, but yeah, I never got to meet him.
I always
What's
got
that
upset
noise?
to dance them.
Yeah. Like I said, the two people who gave me my start was Fabo and Rosa. So Soul
How
to
did that
Soul
start
is
begin? How did you start Sniper Sound?
Sniper Sound was like 1995, 94, 95. And I wasn't in Toronto yet, but I used to listen to a lot of sounds back in the days that I'd say they were giving me good influence. I had to say I was always sold on King of D's. I
Choo-choo.
thought King of D's was so professional in everything they did. All they had to do was listen to their cassettes and hear their competition, and it was great. But going back to the question you asked me, in regards to
When did
sound
you?
systems,
Yeah.
sound system. When I started, like I said, 95 Sniper started, and I just bought some records, 45, because I know you needed 45. So I bought a batch of records off of somebody who was selling out their sound, and I was actually playing the first set. But I mean, I'm an owner, not a selector or anything like
So
that.
you can't select. You don't
But
know if you select your own sound. Can you select your own
no,
sound?
listen, I could select the zone. Um, I could select the zone, and I mean, I've been around it enough to know it. You know what I mean? I know it. Um, but like I said, when it comes to uh, that part of the sound business, all I wanted to do is get the studio going. And my mind, well, like I said, wasn't on dub plates. But when I seen what was really going on, I said, you know what? I think I'm in a good position to get some dubs. And so when I do the work, the artists would always say, you know, what can I do for you? They were happy when they left because I used to make the calls and they make good money. I mean, one night I got a phone call, must be about this time, 7 o'clock, and it was Harry Toddler. I said, Sniper, where you there? I said, I'm in town. I said, all right, listen, I'm on a connecting flight coming from New York to Canada. Elephant is here, and yeah, Elephant Boom Dynamite is here. We want to stop in and eat our food. I said, all right, call me when you land. So I said, I put out the word, and I did. They came and ate a good food and jumped on a 1 o'clock flight. Things were that good. They gave me songs. They gave me a 45. Um, there's lots of possibilities there. Now, there's one thing is I never like to step on anybody's toes. So when I say there was other studios, but I never frequented. But the only time I ever did go to a studio, it wasn't to do work. It's more like a working relationship, and that was with Collie B. I have to big up Collie B because a lot of the sound men them used to go to Collie B, you know, and some of them switched over and started coming to me. But I have enough respect for Collie B from day one. And if I was out of dub plates, I call him and say, "Yo, you got any extra plates?" He'd say, "Yeah, come on down." We had a good relationship. It's not like now, if a man doing the same thing, it's like, "Oh, man, I give nothing." There's a real lot of bad mind
How
going
many
on
people? Can I ask
in the
you a
business.
question? How many
Mm.
would you say there was a lot of people cutting dubs? Because I heard that Lauren and them used to cut dubs. Is that who Lauren was? Did she used to cut dubs the same time as you?
Yeah, I met Lauren through her studio. Yeah, she had a dub cutter. And I mean, some people used to go to her, right? And but she never really affected my line of work because I'm voicing and cutting plates, and she's just cutting plates, right? But she had a great machine. Her machine was a German. It's like a BMW of dub cutting. You know what I mean? Like what
Yeah.
Lacquer Channel had. I mean, people were going to Lacquer Channel and cutting plates up there, and I think it was like $130 a plate to cut, right? So 4 songs on a plate for 130 bucks. So I said, where could I fit in that market? So I was doing 4 songs on a plate for $80, and I mean, people did it. I mean, I think Lacquer Channel had the best quality, period. But my quality was more Jamaican quality. When I say that, the people who really kind of trained me and gave me my skill was Record Factory. I went to Record Factory, and he sat me down different, and we had good talk. He said, "This dub cutting thing, it's all good, but this is where you want to be." And he took me to a room, and I think Glenn Washington and Swagger Benz were up there, and they were doing 45s, and it was a great experience. That's why it kind of hurt me so bad when they killed him down there, you know. And it wasn't a good look how he died, you know. And but I always remember that experience of where I wanted to be. But you see, in Canada, it's very hard to get there. When I
Why?
say that,
Why is that? There's so many sounds here.
but sounds is not the problem. That's like saying there's so much heart here. You know, there's so much heart for the business. Yeah, but there's a financial part to the business, and it starts from Jamaica. And when I say that, you buy records or go to the record store back in the day, all the records go to England first.
Why?
And if it's a big seller, English pound,
Mm.
yeah, English pound. So if it's a top seller in England, that gives them enough juice to go now to the United States. Maybe on the same trip, a man's flying up with two luggage cases full of records, drops them off at those record stores in England, drop them off in New York, wherever in the States, drop them off here at Canada last.
Why? That's why
So
we get all the music late.
yes,
We're
that's
late in the
always been
trend.
always. It's not our fault. That's just the way the business is. I mean, even artists when they're traveling to do shows, they'll take an English pound date faster than they'll take a Canada date. It's obvious why. Or
Because they get more
UK date.
money.
Right. So after they've run that track out for a while, they'll take a Canada date. But I know they're more keen on over there. Get that side. So it's the same thing with dub plates. You got guys who call you and say, "Oh, they want to buy some song." And say, "All right, cool." And they'll tell me who they want. And when I tell them the price, they say, "Boy, that's expensive," and blah blah blah. I say, "Yeah, it's expensive, but that's how the game goes. Like they're getting euro money, they're getting English pound, they're getting US, and then when we come with this Canadian dollar, the excuse is, well, Canada me live, so them have to take that. They don't have that mentality. They don't have to take it. The only ones who are
Why is
taking it are the
that?
guys
You know,
who,
Canada me live. Now Canada, you expect me to send you. Now that them pay me when I go to work. Coming like
yes,
out of
yes,
the coming like out of the airport them. Are you Canadian dollar? You ask me for US, me look like I come from USA. So
yeah,
if
but
it's better to say that you had to equate the money so that it's on
that's
a
what you have.
balance with everybody, but we're still spending Canadian dollars. So we're spending more for the dub.
Exactly. Like if you hear the price, oh, $300 for Johnny Osbourne, right? You'd love to say, okay, I can send 3 Canadian. It's no big deal. But he wants US. So now you have to look how the American dollar is high, and you want 2 song or 3 song. So those are the pains that sound man have to go through here. Then the ones in Jamaica, especially the hot ones, you think they're charging Jamaican dollar? No way. They're charging US. And the reason
Even
that
when you go
happens
on
is
the
because,
ground,
pardon me?
even when you go on the ground to buy it,
If they're name brand artists, they want what they want. They just calculate it out in the only way you might win is if they say they want it, say they want, I always look at $800 as 800,000, right? Oh, not $80. Like if the dub plate
80,000,
is, yes, if they
80,000.
want eight, right. So if you can convert it into Jamaican first, you might save a thing first. But if they tell you they want US money, that's because they want the highest value. And some of them, if you send it short, I've seen artists do half a song because the money's not right.
Disrespect.
Yes,
What
Yes.
would you say the artist is? Your opinion of how artists feel about sound system culture, like sound people, sound men.
Some artists, they just don't like sound man. They want their money, but they don't like them because they beg too much. They
What do you
bawl too
mean?
much. That's well, if you contact an artist and say they have this, the way they go about it is like, boy, I this me have, and you have to take that, and that me have. And the artist said, boy, I not work for that, you know. So you have to step up your money or wait till another time till you're ready to do it. A lot of business gets shagged that way because you want to cut popcorn
Mm-hmm.
and popcorn I charge 1,500 US. You say, boy, me take a chance and sit on 13. Then I go call you. I want me tell you, brother, 1,500. Me say, yeah, it's simple like that. They want their food unless you have an inside linking, and that's always tricky because sometimes you have a middleman who say, yeah, I can get this, get that. So personally, do you think he's really doing that for nothing? He wants something out of that. So then sometimes they do what they have to do to get you a song, and the song might not be right, and you lose. But
Wow.
I tell any song man, the best way to go about tune is talk to the artist directly. That's how it's supposed to go. Unless you have total trust in one person you've been dealing with for a long time. But
Are
every
you
minute
that
there's
guy in Toronto? Are you that trustworthy dub representative in Toronto? Because you've been around for years, so everybody should be able to go to Big Rye and cut any artist. Are you in that position?
I would say that I know a lot of artists, but let me tell you, you see the newer artists, not so much,
Okay.
right? The ones that are like that I have good links with, they're people that I've either done shows with. When I've been in Jamaica, I've worked with them there. I've done work with them previously, so it's like when I link them, I say, "Yo, it's Sniper." They say, "Yeah, well, yes, it's Sniper. What you need?" It's just that simple. Once you lay the groundwork for the people you work with, it's so much easier the second, third time around. I mean,
Okay.
anybody else is doing it would say the same thing. But it's
Would you
being
say you know
being
a lot of? Would you say you know a lot of people's box? A lot of soundman box in Toronto from cutting dubs.
um I'll tell you, when I was doing dubs and the sound wasn't really out there, I used to
Mm-hmm.
get a lot more work. But so I don't really know everybody's box. I know what I hear at a dance. I can be in a dance for first round. By second round, I know what kind of caliber you're dealing with, you know? So I kind
Okay.
of know
So
what pace, like for my sound, I kind of know what pace I should be at and ready to play or kill zone. You know what I'm saying?
do you think
Then you
that
know,
interfered with your dub cutting? Like people coming to you there and say, me not come a sniper because sniper have a sound. Me not come a Big Rye studio. Cause Big Rye have a sound and then go no my box if me cut dubs there. You think that hindered you from selling more
well, you know,
dubs, having a sound?
um, actually, it's a plus because some of the people that are around here,
Mm-hmm.
much less even if you have a sound or a studio, they don't even want to see you have it in the first place. So a lot of clients I'm dealing
Why
with is
tonight I'm there me a drinking of people. So when you see me draft this sip, when you know what
no,
go on and Big Rye just go out with a sip thing, yeah.
no, but I mean, it's not like when I was younger. Sometimes you might guess and say, "Hmm, how come things look slow or right?" But I'm older and I see it now. Like you want their bit, you want business, you have to go out of the way for it. I have people from Germany, people from Amsterdam, people from the US, and they make up for the slack, you know? So anybody who doesn't want to cut with me, it's fine. I'm cool with that. Um, they could, the world is an option for them to do whatever. But the only part where I get the greatest laugh is when they go get a song and they'll call me and say, "Ooh, Big Roy, me get a song on the tune Splice, you know, or Ray, you know." So what you tell me about that now for? Where you actually
Because
wasting my time
did he get
to
it?
tell
Did
me?
he get it from you? He didn't get it from you, so
That's what I'm saying. So some of the songs, they if it's $100 they can get the song for, and they try to get it, try and send short money. That's why they get frig.
because
And
the real artist say 500 and somebody come
yes,
tell you say them can't get it for 200, you must know where you buy.
right, puss in a bag. Yeah. So
I saw it go.
sometimes, sometimes I'm okay. Let me tell you. You know what song me rate at a young song coming up is Com Tracks. Let
True,
me tell
true.
you why. Let me
Why?
tell you why. I was Ron Nelson called me to judge a dance
Yeah.
up in the East End, and when it was me, Junior D, and somebody else, and when it came time to voting, Comtrax played a good round, but there was something that was suspect about the round.
What was the suspect? Hey, target things them boy. Hear this. We have a little bit more
No,
beer.
listen, no, Dave was straight up you. So basically, him get catch, and let me tell you why this could happen. I'm not saying this is why it happened, but you see, when a big song, I play a certain artist, and you know for them thing not right, other little young song think them can follow and do it too.
Mm.
But that couldn't pass me. So when I heard it, I called it, and I had to vote them out. Dave came to
Rotted.
me straight. Yeah, Dave came up to me and said, um, "Yo, why you vote out Maroon?" And I could see the look in his face like he really didn't know, right? A man shake him up for a
What
fake
was the
cocoa
name
tea.
of that tune? You remember the name of that tune?
It was a cocoa tea tune that it was a singing
Okay.
bird, right?
Oh, Singing Bird. I
And
think I hear him tell
yeah,
that story before now.
yeah, and I mean it was nothing personal, but you know, years later, um, like I always asked myself this question. I don't know when Dave came to Canada, right? Like I don't, it's not my business anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got an invitation to Clash Tracks, it was Dave say he want to kill my song. So I said, wow, like I've never heard of this guy. Like, you know, what is he? What could he be really thinking for Clash of Studio song? So I said, well, if you want to kill me, that's fine, but you're gonna have to pay me to kill me. And I tell anybody that. Some people try and dry out, want running, and oh, me kill sniper. You know, that's not gonna work. You know, I've had to build this sound basically twice because people on the song messed it up, and me have to make Nikos go back and build it back the way it's supposed to be.
Give me some of the members that were on your sound. Name me some of the members. Because I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna keep this for next time.
Okay, um, I would say the first selector I had on the song, and I give him a real thumbs up, was Poison from Thunderhawk. Poison and Chronic. They moved as a team. Chronic was not such a good MC, but him tried. Poison can do him thing though, and give him some real good vibes out of that song. And then I had after that, Bigger Boss was on the song,
Good one.
and I thought Bigger Boss and Nikos would have made a good combination because we know Nikos can select and Bigger Boss have the voice, but you know, well, you know what you know, and you have to make a move. You understand? So that didn't work out. So me and Nikos I talk one day and say, yo, I don't really know the MC like that, but me I go try. And that's why I no, it doesn't matter whatever people say, all kind of crap. But Nikos give 120,000% on that song. That's why that is his song, right? And we're not interested in having anybody else come and MC because every time we bring somebody, it fuck up the vibe. If Nikos I go fuck up the vibe, him fuck up the vibe. I'm just like that with it. But
Was
anyway, going back
Cutthroat
to
on your sound?
yes, he was.
For
Yeah, I'm
how
not gonna
long?
deny it. Um, I think he was on there for maybe like 5 months. Yeah, 5 months.
How did that go?
Well, um, I was introduced to Cutthroat by Nikos, and it was funny how it happened because I know you and Newbie are good friends, and we had to clash Newbie one night in the West End, and something went something went on. Holy smoke! Hang on. Something went on between Bigger Boss and us, and basically the only man I was left with at the time to MC was Cutthroat. So I asked Cutthroat if he would do it, and he said, "Yeah, man, no problem. You give it a shot." But I wasn't really expecting anything that night because how a man come on your song on a Friday and a class Saturday. So it didn't really work out that way. But I still had enough faith in the two of them to go on with a thing. But I mean, as life goes on and roads go on, things happen, and sometimes they happen for good and they happen for bad. So yeah, Cutthroat I make him move, and he's doing his things, and you know that I wish him luck in anything he's doing. But we're just working to. But one thing I can tell you, uh, as much as Cutthroat love to stir up some things, him have a good sound sense. Him know a tune. Him know a tune.
Does he know when
If he
there's
was,
spice? Let me just get a drink some, yeah? Does he know when
I've
there's
never.
spice?
Well,
That was a
he's never
rhetorical
got any.
question, by the way.
No, nothing wrong. He's never got no splice song from me, right? I'm not saying that he hasn't gotten splice in any new situations he's been. I think that's kind of obvious. You know,
Do you think that
a
the
man can.
industry, Canadian industry, is giving him a hard time?
Uh, yes, but at the same time, he might be giving the industry a hard time. So it's both ways.
Okay. Do
Right?
you
It's
see
both
him
ways.
fitting in anytime anyway? Because he's causing a bag of trouble. Do you see him fitting in
I'm,
from knowing him? Do you see him fitting in into the culture over here?
I have to leave that one to God or plead the fifth.
Hey, I'm not even going to drink to that.
Yeah,
So let me ask you something. Name me some sounds that Sniper Sound has played versus one-on-one. Give me some. You ever played against the Troopers? Let me know some of the sounds that Sniper has been alongside and has gone up against in the battlefield.
Well, when you say there's one-on-one and other clashes that are like other sounds in it, and it comes down to one-on-one. I think, well, there's one clash, actually a couple clashes I talk about. I'll say the first biggest robbery we ever got in a clash,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a zone one, and I mean Ron Nelson knows this too, and it's not no secret. He knows. I mean, I know Desert Storm, and they actually come and spend some money with me. I know Concord over the years, but we had a clash, and I guess we beat all the sounds in our round, and it came down to us and Desert Storm. And I know we won it. The crowd knew we won it. It was done over and sealed. But I got to see a bad man side come out of Desert Storm, where all of a sudden, them now calling the winner. Them said, them are going to take 2 weeks to decide the winner, and I'm going to listen back the audio, because them say certain song play back over tune and blah, blah, blah. But from what I know, like, I'm not an intimidative person to Ron Nelson, but I know they are, right?
Guys.
And yeah, so I just said to myself, all right, let's see how this thing go. So Ron Nelson, like the way he is, called me. He said, oh, why don't we have another class to settle the argument? Typical Ron Nelson fashion. I told him, yeah, no problem. And he says it's in Scarborough. I said, no problem. I'll come to Scarborough. So before I gave him the full okay, I made a couple calls, and one of the calls was to Ricky Turbo. I said, Ricky, I said, Ron wants to keep the clash back with us and Desert Storm to see, who moves on to the next round with playing. I think it was Black Cat or somebody and some other sounds. So he goes, take it, clash them. Nobody likes them in Scarborough. So I said to Ron, yes, win or lose, I was going to go. I had nothing to lose, right? Because they're already trying to steal it from me. Then I guess they didn't take the dance. And on Ron Nelson's show, the Reggae Mania show, he announced the winner that it was Desert Storm. I've always kept the audio for that dance, just to always explain because I'm not a whiner. I can take losing. I used to coach lacrosse and stuff for years.
So you still have the audio for that dance?
I do.
Because Kojo was here, right?
Yeah, me and Kojo are cool.
Kojo was talking about that dance, and that he had to wait 2 weeks to get an answer to that very question. So you have the audio?
Yes.
Would I love to hear the audio then? Why you never cue it up to that point, the man? That would have been nice. No student, that big right could have nice up the thing and cue it up for the people them. But
well, you know what?
You can always send in the audio.
Yeah. I will make you get it. And you can post it up on your thing.
That would be great.
But like I said, I don't have any problem with any song man. That was just a dispute more between Ron Nelson. He didn't deal with it fair. There's no dance to take 2 weeks to decide, much less the crowd telling you.
Do you think that there's politics in all of this? In this sound business here in Toronto?
Yeah, if you're not on a certain side of the fence, you can't win.
I'm me for tell you.
I mean,
I need a sip for that.
It's actually easy proof. When you know certain sounds, they always win in their backyard, and when they go anywhere else, they can't pull anything off. When I'm talking going to another city,
you were around You were around from Zone 1 days. Who are the hot sound then that are still hot right now from Zone 1 days?
Well, from Zone 1 days,
Yeah.
not consistently, but I know everybody has their time, right? But Rootsman definitely has
Maintained.
a little hold on the East End business, right? Super fresh.
Are you stuck?
No, I just have to grab my charger because the thing's gonna go down.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.
No problem. Freaking run out of one. I don't know where Michael Moore's commercial is. You should be cussing me out. But don't know.
Hold on. 1 second.
Just a reminder, massives, that this weekend it's car clash while Big Roy is plugging in his phone. Don't forget, go over to my page on IG at One Tanya Black, and you will see that flyer over there that you can blow it up way bigger than that. And Hoda Magamanin is online this weekend as well, Saturday, July 24th. That's on, and that's with Comtracks and Mellow Vibes and King Agony and Starcade. So you guys log in and show your support. No matter where you are partying, just log in on that, okay? Are you ready, Big Roy? All right, family and friends barbecue, and that's with Silver Bullet. That's the outside thing. Make sure you guys be there. It's for family and friends, and bring out everybody in the family and all of these kind of things. Don't forget my homeboy Tyrical from Starcade Sound is on Twitch and LTUR every Monday. So follow him. Follow him on Twitch. Follow LTUR, whatever it is. I'm always, man, last week I messed up the footballer's name, and every footballer was out here cursing me out that I messed up Columbus' name and all of these kind of things. So make sure to follow Tyrical on L2TUR, right, on Twitch, so that you can get the jugglings every Monday. There's one thing you can't prepare yourself for is technical difficulties. I try to prepare myself, but today was one of them day there. One of them serious day there. Sniper is back in the building, so fret not thyself, and he's all plugged in. And even though I could only see the top of his head, you know,
it's a stupid charger. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me
At
fix
least you're
it.
back. We appreciate that. See.
Okay. Let me see.
I'm telling you,
Well,
car clash
you just have to
vibes
hold it.
nice. Not true, Scully. Me want to take in that.
Huh?
Me not lie. Me want to take in that car clash something there. You see it. Good evening, Anthony. How are you doing on this pleasant night? I'm glad. Big up everybody that has joined us, from the top of the list to the base of the list. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so that you don't miss any videos that we have to post in the time that we're taking a little break, because I'll be outside trying to document and interview people so that you guys can see what's going on in and around the 6 scene. So make sure that you subscribe so that you can get all the videos and stuff. So we are gonna big up that. I
All right,
appreciate.
let we
So what
get
we're
back
gonna
to the
talk
work
about
now.
again? You're gonna give me the list
You
of
tell
people
me.
that was hot then and it's still hot now. You say Roots Man and Super Fresh. Who else? Cause we are gonna hashtag them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Rootsman, Super Fresh, King Turbo. Um, just the regular set. A lot of these new songs now, they're I mean they're trying. There's one young song that I really have to give a rating to. And that's Lionheart from the East End.
I like
I think they're
Lionheart
going
too,
a
but I
little bit.
also like Majestic Vibes.
I haven't really heard them play too much. I
I
really
like
haven't.
Majestic
But
Vibes. I love their MC. Number one, I love his energy. He's young, and I could just see him developing his skills for the future.
yes,
He's definitely gonna be a forerunner. So I love me some mellow vibe, some Majestic
Majestic.
Vibes. You know, they're my
Okay,
he my baby. You
yeah.
know,
Now I like
mad
I
love
know
to Majestic.
there's a lot of songs putting in work. Period. Like so that's not shortening anybody else's progress. I
No,
mean,
we're just
there's
highlighting it.
yeah, there's so many young sounds or sounds that have been cutting for a while and they're around now, like still around, and I've given them fuel in their box all these years. None of them will ever tell you that, but for every sound in Toronto, basically, I've cut dub for. So from big to small,
But them
and
people that they pay for them dubs, so when them cut it, not really matter if them a pay for it big, right? Unless you give them a few dubs for free.
no, 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 no. I'm
Yo,
not talking
this
about
dub
that.
world something. It's just funny how we're talking about dubs today. Because the dub world something yeah is like crazy. How do you see it's going now? Like to me, it's like sound men are targeted. Like everybody's a dub cutter out there, and then you have some artists that don't business with making albums anymore. They're just strictly here to make dub plates and to like target sound people. What do you feel about artists like that? That actually don't make song, don't do albums. They're not like regular artists that is going out there. They're just there to feed off of the sound culture. They're just making dub plates. How do you feel about that?
Well, the business has changed a lot. Everybody's looking for a one hit now. And personally, this genre of music, it's not my fancy. I like my foundation. I could buy a Gregory Isaac album and listen to it and cut two, three, four songs off of it. And that goes for a lot of the artists back then. Artists now, it's just about first round, get the hype. That's it. You play Nation Boss first round, you play something else in that league the first round. Yeah, man, them a go on with things, blah, blah, blah. But can you stand up in at the end?
So you're
That is the
saying that they don't have a balance box.
well, it's not about balance box, it's how you set your box. If you have all new artists, like then that's the league you're gonna play in. It's a juggling league. You don't
But when
expect to be
it comes down to tune for tune now,
yes,
people with the biggest song. All right, I'm gonna give you for example on the last Rep Your Sound clash, right?
yes,
Volume 1 versus Foundation Sound versus I think it was No Limit,
right.
right? And right out the box, I would say that Volume 1 played the best first round that I saw online. Period.
Right.
But then in the tune for tune, Foundation Sound whooped his ass easy.
Well, when you have a rounded box, you can do that. But don't think you can cut one set of song, um, like just juggling and skimp on, you know, like that's what new sounds do because they don't have the effect of the the
The
original
old
tune.
school, the dead artists.
Right. And some people say, oh, like the one thing with these songs here, they love to make excuse that they why they can't play those songs, and you know, it's just the truth. If you can't play the song, you just can't play the song, and there's no point getting somebody to sing over a tune to copy the guy you want, because it's just putting a shoe on the wrong foot. Like you're
Really?
gonna cut, you know, all right. Everybody always balls out. Oh, Dennis Brown, you know, they can't play Dennis Brown, so they cut Chester Miller and feel like they can fool people, right?
Are you trying to
And
fool somebody though with a Chester Miller? Do you need to fool somebody with a Chester Miller? Why not just say a Chester Miller? Chester Miller no good.
Chester Miller is good, but not when it's in your head or you're trying to rub it off as Dennis Brown. Yeah.
So Chester Miller
If,
they
if
cut dub plate pretending to be Dennis Brown.
well, maybe if you have, maybe if you might have some Dennis Brown already, and you probably miss one or two, you probably say, oh, let me put this in there.
You're stuck. Maybe God
Yeah.
never want you to say that.
I'm just telling it like it is, you know. Um, I mean, I've seen a lot of things, gone through a lot of things. I've made my mistakes too. If I get a song that I know is not right, I'm not playing it. I'm tearing it up. I'm throwing it up. All if it was on a dub plate, I just chuck that away. Period, like a frisbee.
But how does a new sound balance out with sounds like even King Addies? All right, because or even I'm gonna say even Barry Culture's Foundation Box. Like, how would a new sound be able to battle them? Wouldn't like how do you fix that? How do you bridge the gap between the old and the new? So if a sound nowadays is missing the old stuff, how does he bridge the gap between the two?
It's gonna be
You
hard.
as a dub cutter and a sound man, what do you think? What's the best way to bridge that gap? Because now he's a new sound and he doesn't have the access to the old sounds. How does he bridge that gap?
Okay, here's the problem. You have some artists that they're old. Their name is big, but they don't sound good anymore. Like Yellow Man is an artist. Um, yeah, Yellow Man is an artist, great artist. But you really think you can play some of the lazy song them just because he's Yellow Man? He's gonna the song have to sound good.
Okay, that's what not to do. What are they to do in order to be able to compete on a certain level? If they're not allowed to do the sing-overs, what are they supposed to do in order to compete at the level
You
of
have
an
to know what
older
you're doing.
sound?
Yeah, you have to know what you're doing to even put yourself in that position. That's not an
Hey,
easy position.
that
Yes,
means that I take the dance with certain sound.
yes, because it's gonna be a problem. All right, even our sound as a big sound, there's 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 some sound over in America have some tune. You know, they step in your face. It just can happen. The best thing you can have is I think is if you have a good selector who have good speech, and even if it's a couple of tune that he can work with some of the foundation rhythm tune with the new artists, like you say, like you have ah like you put Kabaka pyramid on some foundation
I
thing
don't
and
think it has nothing to do with that. You know what I think it is? I think
what
sound men need to pick an argument. Decide what it is you're going out to say about a King Addies. When you're going, because tonight is the last night for the season.
right,
When you're going
right,
out there to go clash a sound, if me a clash Big Rye pan sniper sound, I think
right.
of it like a thesis, like I'm writing a paper. And I have
Right.
to have a thesis when I step to it, to the sniper sound. And me, I go out there go tell the people them say, snipe, if me, for example, my thing is sniper sound a idiot sound, and I'm sticking to that thesis. See?
Right.
Now, in order to bring my thesis to life, that sniper sound a idiot sound, me I go write
Right.
4 paragraphs. That's 4 rounds. And
Right.
in each rounds, I'm gonna give you maybe 10, 15 sentences, which is 10, 15 songs of why I think sniper idiot sound. So you see,
Right.
don't change what you came to do. A lot of people
Yes.
in sounds in between, you're gonna counter whatever songs and do whatever in between, but you got to stick to your argument. A lot of people's clash don't make sense to me, and it gives me a friggin' headache. Like, nigga, what is you trying to say? Excuse that word, I'm gonna have to bleep it out. But what is you trying to say to the audience tonight? Because we want to be in that groove, and you got to carry that thing out to the end. And me find
Well,
a lot of sound was step on the stage not have an idea what them come for do. Them not have an idea what them want the crowd for know. And
okay.
it just loses them. It just messes up everything. They don't understand that this is literature. I know,
listen,
I went off.
if you're
I went off. I love reggae.
it's okay. If we're gonna kill a song, and that's your intention, right? All you have to do is do exactly what you said. Do your thesis thing and write it in custom. Let the tune talk. It's not hard. We do it all the time. That's what it is. You take the hottest tune that's out there right now. After you make your big tune about thesis or whatever, and that is your strategy. Well,
No, you're not going to tell them that it's a thesis. You're not going to tell them
no,
that
but
it's an
that's I know what you're
argument.
saying.
Mhm.
Hold on. I don't know why I'm not hearing you well.
You're not hearing me?
I'm hearing you a little bit, but not like I should. You touch anything over there?
I only typed. Can you hear me now? Loud, 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 loud.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Of course. Me did I hear you a long time.
Okay.
But just I say a lot
Well, I
of
can
a lot
barely
of
hear you.
people.
I don't know.
It's not even that you become repetitive. It's because when you're writing a sentence, you're not going to use the same words all the time. You understand? You're going to change up the words. You're going to use synonyms all the time. That's why always I say, cartel of a synonym book. You have to know how to introduce the song. It's not that you're being repetitive. It's just that you're sticking it to that. Just trust me. We as fans look for something different than what sound men actually go out there to do. So when on a step out there on the battlefield, this post-apocalypse, make sure on a member stuff it makes sense. One of my
like I said.
Go ahead.
Like I said, the custom thing is important, and you're changing the words of whatever they're saying in a dub plate to make it benefit you and discredit that song you're playing. So
exactly,
it's the same idea.
Same thing.
Same thing. Same thing.
You got to stick to your argument. You can't change up your argument. Just find different ways to do it. Like, haven't you had a debate before? Like, you got to find arguments for or against something, and it's the same thing. You got to fine tune for or against whatever it is, and make your thing make sense. You have to make your round make sense. That's why people say it's up and down. That don't make any sense. That don't go with this. There's no coordination. There's no composure. But that's what I want to see when I step out on the battlefield this holiday here. I want to see sounds that make sense. But what I want to ask you is, how do you think clashing online helped you, Big Roy? Or even help the sound? Because right now, if the whole world knew about Sniper, if them never know before.
It helped quite a bit. especially the clash that we did in Europe, England actually. Um, yeah, some people didn't think that we do it, you know, playing a sound that's 30 years old. But it was done nicely. I'm not saying there's not heavier competition over there or a sound that's playing more regular, but that night I think we did good. I got a lot of good feedback on that night.
I mean, other than technical difficulties, if it wasn't for technical difficulties, I think you guys would have won that clash on Rep Your Sound. I like the fact that you guys were ready within 2 minutes when Don Rankin dropped out for Canada, and you guys were ready to take up the mantle. We Canada definitely appreciates that. We saw that's what you guys did, and we'd have to let you guys know that we appreciate that. Like Nikos is a quad mixer, you know? Like I don't know. I think Nikos is very underrated. I don't know why, but I think he is a bot. I think everybody's waiting for it to play an upsetter. Why do you think that is, Big Rye? Do you feel that way at all? Because I feel like that. Like everybody's always saying, "Why not play your father's song?" You know? How you feel
Oh,
about
a lot of people always say that, and you know, me and Leslie are good, right? No animosity, anything like that. Um, yeah, it's his son. He's supposed to play the song. I mean, I don't have no issue with that. Yeah, man, I have no problem with that. You know,
would it be a problem if he was to play upsetter and then come back and play sniper sound again? Would you allow him to do that?
he's done that already.
Clash or
He's
just
done that already.
juggling? I mean clashing. Would you allow him to clash with upsetter sound?
Yes, I would.
See, then Nikos, you can't tell me nothing when I come to you.
Yes, if he wanted to, listen, I can't hold a person back from what they want to do, especially when family's involved, right? So, you know, he can make a decision.
Before we go, who do you think is the Canadian defender right now?
Hmm. It's funny we've been talking for so long, and I haven't got to mention King Klepto, but I'd say Super Fresh and King Klepto should war. That's a no-brainer.
They should war, but who's Canada's defender?
Defender?
Yeah.
Do we even have one?
Good question. Do you think we have one? Not yet? Not till that
Not yet.
clash?
There's a lot of stuff to be sorted out.
What do you think? There's a lot of sounds that need to clash before we can say that?
I think some certain things have to be settled, yes. Yes, I would say that.
So you think Canada needs a Canada Cup clash?
Yeah, I think it's okay as long as it's not like, oh, you can't go in it because, oh, your box is too heavy. Or, you know, you do it with fair. You have to do things fair and rounded. If you're going to do a
How would
Canada
we
Cup,
pick the contestants for that?
well, you have categories of some. You have an A group, a B group, a C group. Every one of them has a level. The A group is where you want to be. So you have qualifiers, like you would in soccer. If you qualify, and it can't be no online thing because the online thing like that is a joke.
Yeah,
Let
joke thing
people
that
spend.
we can't do
Yeah,
that for a Canada Cup clash. Not that it's a joke thing, but we want to see.
yeah.
We
Let some
don't
people.
want you sending a link to your friend.
Yeah. Let people come spend their money, support the event, and at all levels. Because a sound that knows it's in its league, why would you want to step out of it? But the sound who know they're in a certain league and feel they can contend, that's where you're gonna push your head. Because I know I'm bad, so I want to be in that league. If I come second in the A league, that's okay too. Because at least I'm an A category zone.
You think anybody's gonna want to go in the B and C league and D league? Come on, man.
If that,
Everybody's gonna say that everybody think they sound is the best sound in the world. So I don't
no,
think like separating, like to say that you're. I'm gonna have to ask Ron Nelson. He's the king of tournaments.
well, that's why I said you have a qualifier to see what you qualify for.
All right.
Yeah. So the first class could be wide open to anyone. Then how you finish is the question.
So we need a Canada Cup clash before we decide who is Canada's defender. Just throwing the name out there is just not enough.
Well, Superfresh is your Canada defender.
That's just something I said during promotion and it stayed.
Okay.
And everybody just ran with
every
it.
sound up here has potential. Whether
Of course.
it's turbulence, whether if it's, I don't know if Don Rankin's still in the business because we have voice.
Don Rankin now gone nowhere.
Yes, but you know what? I don't know what happened to Don Rankin.
What stuff happened to Don Rankin? A lot of people have lost their way in WhatsApp. They have given in to the demons. They actually think it's a different world over there. I myself was a part of that cult.
No, but he had a love for it. He really did. You know, and years I know this guy before all this WhatsApp crap. The thing I can't understand is I saw a flyer about 3-4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
A sound claimed 25th year anniversary. I've never seen that sound even 15 years ago.
Then I would sound that call name, man. My beard done. Hurry up, call name.
So an easy thing a King Aggression, man.
Rasclad. Me never watch there's something. There'll be a bad word to not have me a cuss up here. me never watch King Aggression 25th anniversary, 24th anniversary. I never watched it, so I wouldn't have any idea of what had transpired over there.
I'm just saying, when I see 25th, like, are you really serious right now? I never heard of you.
Until
certain sounds are in the business that long that I know, they never heard of you. But anyway, I just thought I'd just throw that one in there.
So there's a lot of sound liars out there.
I'm not going to say that, but listen, all you have to do is listen WhatsApp and you'll know the lies that go on every minute.
I'm actually trying to take myself away from all that kind of stuff right now. Out of road, me I go and yoga.
Nothing wrong.
Big people life, big people things. You know, that's where my mind is at right now. But it's after 9 o'clock, and we are usually done here by 9 o'clock. And Big Rye, I thank you so much for coming through. Is there anything you want your fans to know about you? Where do they know? And Nikas is not here, but I don't usually see Big Roy online that much. So people, if you want to know what's going on with Sniper Sound, you need to follow Nikas on IG. Okay?
That's right.
Nikas Famous on IG. That's his plug. I don't know if he's on YouTube or none of that, but once you find him, Nikas Famous on IG, he's usually posting, and he does his Sunday show on IG as well, the Foundation show on Sundays. So you should check that out because it's a good vibe on Sundays. You know, once you are cooker, you are clean, and you know, you cook your rice and peas and all of these kind of things. It's a good energy for that. So tune in to Nikas Famous and his Foundation Sundays on IG. Big Roy's on IG too, but his page is all family orientated, him taking trips and stuff like that. Nothing to do with Sound Clash or Sound Culture, but tell them where they can find you if you want to be found for dub plate cutting.
I have a group on Facebook Sniper Sound Canada. Yeah, so you can see all the stuff going on in there. Um, and even before I leave, there's a couple people I want to big up still.
Yeah.
That from those times till now, I have to big up. And Poison from Thunderhawk are one of them for sure, right? We know songs what have worked with me from the days, basically all of them. Turbulence, Military, King Turbo, all of them show enough love and respect over the years. Might not see it so much now, but everybody busy with them life, you know?
Watch
And
Nikos.
yeah,
Nikos
man,
just entered the studio.
him always late, man.
Always fashionably late. You probably have to
Yeah,
go
man, I
walk,
am
go
that
do all
man.
kind of something. Big Roy, wave to the massive. Tell them later. Let me bring up Nikos to come do the plug.
Yeah, man, everything good. Respect everybody here.
All
And
right.
I hope never
Thanks.
hurt nobody feeling. I just shoot me attack here.
You left
All
off
right,
enough
respect.
blows on skirts, something. Respect,
Little
Big
more.
Roy. Later. What about Nikos? Nikos is no longer here, but you know don't know said the show done. So let me remove that. Big up everybody that tune in. You know, I thank you guys for being here from the beginning. You know, to be here and be a part of the growing, setting the foundation for this thing, and all of this kind of stuff. Neela, did you just have a baby? Congratulations. Did you just have a baby, hun? Oh, you're up on the road. Congratulations on your baby and all of this kind of stuff. And I was saying big ups to everybody that's been here from the beginning, from the first interview, and who has encouraged me even down to today. I had to get some encouragement, and big up everybody who's saying not to make this the last show and all of this kind of stuff. We'll be back in September, regroup, hopefully learn some stuff and that I can apply to the show and do all the things of the video clippings and all of these kind of stuff to make it more entertaining for you guys, so that you will be interested in learning more about sound system culture and learning alongside with me, because I'm learning too. Everything is a learning process around here. So I thank you guys for your support. I thank you for sticking with me from the beginning, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud that you're proud of me, for the people who is encouraging me. I love sound system culture. You know, I came here at a young age, and the music has helped me to maintain my culture and maintain my roots. And I live out Jamaica through the music and all of that stuff, and I love it. And it's scary how people don't want me to do this, and I don't know why, but I'm not going to stop because it gives me a lot of joy. It really does. And I'm not going to stop doing something that makes me smile and make a whole lot of other people smile. So once again, I thank you guys so much for your support. You guys just don't know how that helps me along. And for the people, the haters, I just want to say thank you as well, because more times I move forward because of you haters, because I just feel that there's something that you guys are afraid of, and I want to see what it is. I want to see it manifest as well. And thanks to all the heart artists out there who gave me their support and fully supported me, Bugle, Hot Topic, a whole lot of you people who send me dub plates and stuff like that, and big up CMWare and the WhatsApp group, them for supporting and clicking. Big up World Sound Link. Big up you guys self. Big up Rebels Voice. Yes, we have a group called Rebels Voice on WhatsApp as well. It's a small group, you know, because we want to keep it positive, and it's for people who are promoting, who actually are promoting the music and who actually have something to put out there. So if you want to be a part of that community, no pasa pasa allowed, no chatting people's business allowed. It's all about the music. It's a creative and influencers group. So you want to be a part of the group, hit me up on IG at one Tanya _ black. And I'll definitely help you push the music if it's about music, especially about sound system culture. And when you're booking your parties, make sure to book a sound clash sound. Okay, make sure to call a sound that plays sound clash and support. All right. So from the top of the list to the base of the list, it's your girl Tanya Black, and I thank you so very much for tuning in with us. Once again, the song of the day is Chosen by REGGAE. I'm going to play that song here today because I think it relates to me very well. So let's see if I can pull it up again. We'll come again. Cause we happy with this life. That's Bugle.
I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplications. I poured out my complaints before him, I showed before my troubles. When my soul was overwhelmed within me, then don't west my path. In the way wherein I walked, I paid pride that they made a snare for me. The fool has never been told yet, the truth has never been spoken now. It's like I've never been born. Still I've never been homeless. No time. I was never alone. What if I was hopeless? Would they really ignore me? What if I was broken? My torment, would they really bring more stress? What if I've never been so blessed? Or would I really become? What would I really be like if I never had no friends? Would I still be me or someone else? Is it really just like I know I feel like before anyone noticed? Am I really got chosen? Whoa, am I really that potent? Is it really no pride that my tears don't dry and we just can't show them no more? Am I really that broken? Whoa, am I really got chosen? They don't really know. They don't really know. They don't really know. But who feels knows it. Thoughts and emotions approaching, burning inside like ghost skin. But one thing for sure, I lost it. What if I had no strength? Would I tell me I love you again? What if I have nothing but myself? Would it have been said in the first place? Tell me how can you know who's real or fake when people pretend every day? Tell me who will be there for you in times when nobody can help. Is it really just like a hero you died before anyone noticed?
Thank you, everybody. That's REGGAE, and that's my song of the day. Big up, and I thank you for tuning in. Look out for videos, and please don't forget to subscribe. Tanya Black, I love y'all.